Buccaneers got swamped. And, this is one of those where, yeah, Sean Payton has done well against the Buccaneers. Yeah, Todd Bowles and Sean Payton. Yeah, but Sean Payton didn't have the team.
Yeah,
That was the biggest surprise to me yesterday. Well, almost the biggest. The biggest one happened in Las Vegas. But to see the Buccaneers, who had made it all the way to number 3 in the very scientific PFT power rankings, to see the Broncos go in there when the Broncos had just looked hapless and hopeless. And there was a report from James Palmer that Steelers cornerbacks were laughing about how thin the playbook for Bo Nix was after the Steelers went out there in 1 week too. I didn't think the Broncos would be capable of doing what they did, but they did it. 26-7.
It all started on the first drive. The first drive of the football game was like the first moment where you were like, wait, the Broncos are moving the ball. Bo Nix looks not rattled in this one. He's actually in a rhythm. Wow, whoa, big pass down the field here to Reynolds. Okay, they got something going. So they got a little momentum and confidence for their rookie quarterback and really the best drive of his young career to start the football game. They go up 7-0, and what is even better for a young quarterback? That the other quarterback throws a dumb interception right after that, backed up. Baker Mayfield throws a horrible interception, gives the Broncos a short field. They go up 14-0, and the Buccaneers are still warming up, getting ready to play the game. So that was like the start of the game could not have gone any better for Bo Nix, Sean Payton, and the Broncos. And then he threw the ball, looked comfortable that way, and made a number of plays with his legs yesterday that were encouraging for Broncos fans and the Broncos in general.
Yeah. I thought this game was obviously a great game for Bo Nix on so many different levels, and the Denver Broncos as a whole. I think Bo Nix, at the end of the day, he is going to be a great textbook case of when you give Bo Nix time and you give him good play calling, which you'll have with Sean Payton, he's just going to pick you apart. I mean, once he gets truly comfortable in the NFL, he is going to be the type of quarterback that just will pick you apart, not miss the spot, not miss his spots, not miss the open field. He's just going to get it done consistently. And he'll be a playmaker, not only from the pocket, but also beyond it. As we saw him, using his legs. I thought the fact that he was using his legs in the way that he did was just so wildly impressive. He looked great. I mean, you can see the progress week to week to week. When he goes through his progressions, now, when he's actually on the field, it's always smooth. It's never rushed. It's never frantic. He just has such a great touch and great anticipation. And you saw that. I mean, and he threads the needle. He's just a beautiful thrower of the ball. 70% completion percentage. He was confident right out the gate, as Sims pointed out, especially because, they got the lead, then you get the interception, they're up 14-0. Like, they were able to kind of really feed off that and expand on that. And it was great to be able to see what Bo Nix can do in that situation, right? In the situation where it's like you have the lead, you have control of the game from the jump. Where do you go? Obviously, the defense was great. And listen, I think people think that the Bucs are better than they actually are. They're not a bad team by no means, but they're not a great top 3 team. Apparently, that's what they said. Which I'm sorry, they're not a top 3 team. There's just no way I see that. But the defense was even better than what the Lions did, and the Lions are supposed to have this great defense, especially this great defensive line. They had 7 sacks and an interception. On the road, it's a big win. And you can see that the Broncos are continue to be aggressive and go for it on 4th down with Bo Nix. And I just think that that continues to show the confidence and the what's the word I'm looking for? The commitment in getting Bo Nix to continue to get better and progress and continue to grow as a quarterback and to improve the overall outlook of this team. I just think that it's just very clear that the Broncos are going to be a legitimate team sooner than later. They still have plenty of things that they have to work out, but I just think that there should be a tremendous amount of excitement and confidence with the trajectory of this team. I really, really do. And yeah, I mean, I think going up against the Steelers is a tough game, and so is the Seattle Seahawks. And I completely downplayed that when the season was first released, right? I really honestly did. I was like, no, it's not that big of a deal. They can get those wins. They can get those wins, and it proved to be a lot. It proved, those defenses proved to be legitimate, right? The Steelers defense is no joke, and this idea that they were like laughing at Bo Nix and a limited playbook and yada yada yada, that's just typical nonsense, right? Nonsense of just trying to downplay a team, make fun of them, rookie quarterback, all of this, right? You're always trying to tell yourself, this team is nothing compared to you. So I'm not going to lose too much sleep over those types of comments. I see it largely as nonsense and more than anything. And once something spreads in a locker room, it really spreads. So I just think that Bo Nix will eventually be put in a position, and again, he's a rookie quarterback, but he will be in a position to torch defenses, to just unleash. Like I said, you give Bo Nix time in the pocket and men that he could, will get open. I think he'll pick you apart. I really, really do. And I just think because Bo Nix isn't as cool, he's not as flashy. He doesn't command the mic like some of these other quarterbacks or some of these other younger players that he opens the door to be made fun of. Like they did with the Matthew Staffords, like they did with even the Kirk Cousins of the world, right? Don't get too lost in the comparisons, but just those style of quarterbacks where people are just like, they're just not cool, they're not hip enough, they're not, they're not trendy, they're just mid, yo. They're just mid, and it's just like, okay, sure, man, sure. Whatever you say. And I just think it's largely nonsense. If you really think about it, Tom Brady wasn't that cool either. He didn't really get cool until he started dating Giselle, right? Then he kind of became cool and obviously winning all the rings as well, but he was hardly cool, right? He just kept winning, and then he was married to a supermodel. So then it's like, all right, Tom Brady's cool. Now when you see Tom Brady post-career, people aren't really saying like he's like the coolest guy out there, right? So it's just a different energy that sometimes these quarterbacks can put forward. And I think that's why a lot of people will continue to hate on Bo Nix no matter what he's doing moving forward, quite frankly. But I think it'll be in a matter of no time that he will really, really start to haunt some of these defenses moving forward. He's not there yet, obviously. He's most definitely not there yet. But I think it's coming. I really, really do. Whether it be this season or the next, who can tell? But this is obviously a gigantic step forward, And so far, this has most likely been the best rookie performance of any quarterback this season. We'll see what happens as we move forward. But this was just a big game, a big moment against a tough team that, again, I don't think is as great, but still a tough team, not an easy team, not a team that you're just like, nah, they're trash, they're nothing. So exciting stuff, truly. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Bo Nix's performance in the Denver Broncos as a whole? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.